Okay, hello and welcome back to our Dragon Age Origins playthrough. So let's continue.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Please be quiet. My patient needs a rest. Fools and their politics. The poison was probably imported as a king killer, and she got dosed by mistake. Never seen anything this potent.
You can't cure it?
It's a very strange toxin. I know there's a counter, but the ingredients are so rare, it just doesn't matter. If you can chase these things down, I'll thank you, but I won't get my hopes up. The stone will take her soon.
Yes, it will.
You're wise to support the rightful king.
Because I don't give a shit. Okay, let's go back to the party camp. We'll have some meaningful conversations. I think I did enter here, I forgot.
Very well.
Yeah. Forgot to enter here again. Okay. Let's see if Gavorn has anything to say.
The Prince appreciates your service.
No, he does not. Botagabun. Need to save more often. I'm forgetting to save. Now we will have a long set of conversations with the
Grey Wardens
companions.
present in Orzammar. Endorsement of Lord Balin. A clear statement against the backward policies of Lord Harrowmont.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I did think I had seen him here.
Thank you for your service.
Stop Grey Warden demon worship circulate. Is Lord Balin supported by demon worshippers?
Yes, he is, actually. Yes, he is. What an interesting thing. Back to the surface. Or can I travel back to the surface just? No. Fuck.
For the love of Aragorn.
Alright. Time for a long set of conversations with all these people. And dog. Going way too mad. So run, why not?
I've a question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Does your oath expire then?
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
I will always be a servant. Trust me.
I see. Then I shall have to brush up on my shoe-shining skills, won't I? It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Yes. 23. And he still has worm. Okay, let's talk.
Here I am.
And you teach orders to an assassin?
I'm still thinking about it. I don't yet want the crows to actively hunt me, you see. Maybe later. Here I am.
Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Okay.
Here I am.
I want to discuss something personal.
Again? I'm game.
Never mind. Apparently not so long conversations without you, Alice, there.
What do you need?
I had another dream of the Archdemon.
Yes, me too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
I think you're probably right.
You know how some people want to be right all the time? Me, not so much. I guess one thing is certain, at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
You had doubts?
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Can you teach orders to your Templar?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
You don't think this is important?
Of course I do. It's just... I don't think you necessarily need Templar secrets to defeat the Darkspawn. Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
Okay.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Will we need to start rebuilding the Order?
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be 2 of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
I have never questioned.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need?
Nothing. Liliana.
Something I can help with?
Let's ask this, but if she starts singing, I will skip it. Would you sing that Elven Song of Mourning for me? If it's that same thing as last time. Yes, it is.
Something I can help with?
I would like to talk.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
Was she not happy in Orlais?
She wasn't unhappy. We had a good life, and she liked Orlais well enough. I loved it, though. Val Royeaux was so vibrant, colorful. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
You were young. It is understandable.
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dry flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
And there you go. There you go. She took out the flowers.
Something I can help with?
I would like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Is that all?
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs. And shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable. Almost ridiculously so. But the shoes. Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Okay. I love shoes. What's so special about them?
Well, they're shoes. They're pretty. Some of them anyway. When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Wouldn't that be hard to walk in?
I wouldn't want to run in it, or have to enter battle, but for lounging in a lady's sitting room? Perfect. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
At least they keep the cold out.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Apparently.
Something I can help with?
I want to talk.
Yes? What's on your mind?
I've heard that in Orlais, minstrels... No, let's give her the thing first. The Andraste thingy.
Flowers? Thank you. They're very pretty.
Smell them.
These were her favorite. I haven't seen these in such a long time. They smell just like Mother used to. Thank you. Thank you so much for remembering.
Now let's talk out being a
Something
spy.
I can help with?
Let's talk.
Yes? What's on your mind?
I've heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
I read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
I thought minstrels were bots.
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of services does a bard offer?
What do you think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate? It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You were a bard, weren't you?
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But why were you cloistered in rural Ferelden?
I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave.
Yeah, right.
I like to say the Maker brought me here. Something I can help with?
Yeah, what weather? Of course. Can you teach me to be a bard?
I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
It's true, I need to unlock
Something I can help with?
Spirit Healer. I like to talk.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Never mind. I don't know if I handled that conversation as best I could. What is he doing here?
You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden strange?
To put it lightly. No one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Never mind.
Very well.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
What was that, our children?
What were they doing? It did not look like it served any purpose.
What? They were playing.
That word means nothing to me.
You were a child once. You must remember it.
Yes, I remember days spent in study.
And what do they study?
They learned their place in the world.
What do you mean by their place in the world?
What do your priests teach the Emekari if not how to be adults?
Parents teach children to be adults, not priests.
Parents, are you speaking nonsense on purpose? If you insist on speaking, use real words.
Amazing. I've never had this conversation before. What do Kunari call people with children?
Tamasrans. But the Emekari are not theirs. They belong to the Kunari, not the priesthood.
Parents do not own children, they are the ones who birth them.
You let your Emekari be raised by them? That explains much. Can we move on?
No! I have a question.
Very well.
Why don't the Kunari raise their own children?
It obviously didn't work for you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You are a Grey Warden, yet you know little of your own order. You do not know yourself or what you are for. It was cruel of your people to leave you this way. The Tamasrans see that all Kunari know themselves.
Becoming a Grey Warden was a recent development.
And you were not trained beforehand? You cannot make the world suit you. You must suit the world.
But I don't know who and what I am.
Why do you hesitate? It is your task to fight the Archdemon, isn't it?
It is my task, but I'm not ready yet.
Perhaps it should not be left to you, then.
What do you want me to do? Charge straight at the Archdemon?
At least we would be going in the right direction. I weary of this. Can we move on?
This is awesome. I had another question.
Very well.
Why do you let the Tamasrans control your life? Because it is the Kyun? The Kyun that mandates everything?
What makes it mine? It was theirs to begin with.
What? What does that mean?
They knew me before I was born. I was birthed on the day they chose, placed in the world by their hands. When I die, it will be the Tamasrans who note my passing. I am their work. What I do is for my people, always.
Holy shit. So you never do anything just for yourself? Let's say like killing children and farmers to hide your dishonor?
That would be a waste. A life is so much greater than a single man. There is little point in pursuing this. We should move on.
Another question.
Very well.
What did you mean, outfits in Saharan?
Ours wear the faces of men.
Do you mean they are abominations?
No. They do not have the excuse of demons within them. Darkspawn, abominations, plagues, and storms. Men are far more dangerous than these. One moment of betrayal can bring more ruin than an earthquake. You know this.
And what did they do?
They are Tal-Vashoth. They say they are Grey Ones. True in the knowledge of themselves. They are gaping holes where men used to be. Nothing can fill them.
What do they want?
I don't know. There was a village in the mountains of Saharan. Farmers. They grew cinnamon and nutmeg trees in perfectly ordered rows. There would always be one person waiting, a foreman, a harvester, rank didn't matter. Often they would say nothing. Simply watch as we worked to examine the empty house, a new one each time, that had once been the home of a colleague, a friend. We always made a point of searching. Now and then a body would turn up in a river eaten by rain and crows. More often we found nothing. Even in the worst parts of the jungle, the villagers would send someone with us to see the tiniest piece of bone or cloth. Anything contained the possibility of their lost friend. Must we speak of this? We could be fighting something.
What is he talking about? I have a question.
Very well.
Why did Al-Bashar fight you?
Isn't it the nature of a wound to bleed? I have no more answers than you. Why do we fight the Darkspawn? Why do the Darkspawn fight us?
Don't the Al-Bashar give reasons?
Now and then. Do the reasons matter? It makes little difference to those they fight. Tell me then, why do you fight?
Because I have to.
Yes, there is no other reason. The Tal-Vashoth wish us dead, and we wish to go on living. The point of our war is war.
Very enlightened attitude. I have another question.
Very well.
Maybe Al-Bashar have a point.
Undoubtedly. They've used it to kill countless people.
You're a soldier. No. Yeah, you're... They want things to change.
Death is certainly a change.
You have gone back to a cryptic, I see.
There are times when words fail.
I have another question.
Very well.
Okay.
Then I suggest we move on.
Minus 20.
I am hardly surprised. Very well. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Plus 19? Holy shit. Typical elf. I will do that at the very end of the playthrough, not before.
At your word, Warden.
Be ready.
Always, Warden.
Stuck to the Earl Knight.
On your order, Grey Warden.
Don't need anything.
The Jarl was generous, but rushed. Certain areas could see improvement. We're a mercenary force, Warden. Much of our equipment is self-financed. Were you to commit additional funds, we'd upgrade as we saw the need.
Okay.